I am back. All right, I caught up. Yay, I did it. All right, this is Black as Gold, episode 25, with no other Muhammad Ali. Know what I mean? The greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Ali. Lady Phoenix is on a check-in. She said this was a great, great man indeed. My eldest daughter had to name one of his wives, a good friend of my dad. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Got a family call. Hold on. All right, y'all, I'm back. Okay. Had a little family call. Salute to Wealth Talk Production, aka Wally. Said round 3. Yes, sir, round 3. You know what I mean? Thank you, Lady Phoenix, for the shout outs. Thank you. All right. Okay. Muhammad Ali, born Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr., was born January 17th, 1942, and he transcended June 3rd, 2016. Was an American professional boxing activist. Nicknamed the Greatest, he is regarded as one of the most significant sports figures of the 20th century and is frequently ranked as the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time. In 1999, he was named Sportsman of the Century by Sports Illustrated and the Sports Personality of the Century by the BBC. Those are all correct. I agree with every single thing they said about him. I agree. Now, let's get into it, y'all. Born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky, he began training as an amateur boxer at age 12. At 18, he won a gold medal in the light heavyweight division at the 1960 Summer Olympics and turned professional later that year. He became a Muslim after 1961. He won the World Heavyweight Championship, defeated Sonny Liston in a major upset on February 25th, 1964 at the age of 22. Lady Phoenix said the greatest indeed. Yes, Lady Phoenix, she sure was. Let's keep it going, y'all. In 1966, Ali refused to be drafted into the military owing to his religious beliefs and ethical opposition to the Vietnam War. He was found guilty of draft evasion and stripped of his boxing titles. He stayed out of prison while appealing the decision to the Supreme Court, which conviction was overturned in 1971. He did not fight for nearly 4 years and lost a period of peak performance as an athlete. Ali's actions as a conscientious objector to the Vietnam War made him an icon for the large counterculture of the 1960 generation. And he was a very high-profile figure of racial pride for African Americans during the Civil Rights Movement and throughout his career. As a Muslim, Ali was initially affiliated with Elijah Muhammad's Nation of Islam, also known as the NOI. He later disavowed the NOI, adhering to Sunni Islam. He fought in several historical boxing matches, including his highly publicized fights with Sonny Liston, Joe Frazier, including the Fight of the Century, the biggest boxing event up until then, the Thriller in Manila, all right? And his fight with George Foreman in the Rumble in the Jungle. You know, I always call, people who oppose me in sports, I always call him Joe Frazier, all right? I always say, Joe Frazier. You know what I mean? Because I'm the Muhammad Ali of it, all right? Anybody who opposes me in sports, I call you Joe Frazier, all right? Because I'm always going to beat you, all right? You may get a victory, you may get one, but I'm going to always come out the victor, all right? Now, let's continue it going. Ali thrived in the spotlight at a time when many boxers led their managers to do the talking. He became renowned for his provocative and outlandish persona. He was famous for trash talking, often freestyle with rhyme schemes and spoken word poetry, incorporating elements of hip hop. He also predicted in which round he would knock out his opponent. I be doing that too. I be telling you which round I'm gonna knock out your bums. You know what I'm saying? I be doing the same thing. Outside boxing, Ali attained success as a spoken word artist, including two studio albums, I Am the Greatest, which came out in 1963, and The Adventures of Ali and His Game versus Mr. Tooth Decay in 1976. Both albums received Grammy Award nominations. He also featured as an actor and writer, releasing 2 autobiographies. Ali retired from boxing in 1981 and focused on religion, philanthropy, and activism. In 1984, he became public his diagnosis of Parkinson's syndrome, with some reports attributed to boxing-related injuries. Although he and his specialist physician disputed this, he remained an active public figure globally. But in his later years, made fewer public appearances as his condition worsened. He was cared for by his family. So Lady Phoenix is in the check-in. Hold on. Excuse me, y'all. She said, it wasn't our fight. He was right about Vietnam War. It wasn't our fight, Lady Phoenix. It dang sure wasn't. All right, so let's get into his professional career. All right. And I'm going to highlight some different things in his career, okay? I'm not going to highlight all because Muhammad Ali has a lot of things that he's did, okay? All right. And then I'm going to definitely highlight, just his boxing career, you know what I'm saying? Just his boxing career and some of the things that he was pivotal for within our history. You know what I mean? His daughters was all beautiful. Yes, they are. You know what I'm saying? Salute to his daughters and his whole family. You know what I mean? He has a grandson that's a boxer now too. And his grandson got some skills, you know what I mean? She said, are beautiful. Yup. And salute, Wally giving salute to Lady Phoenix. All right, so let's get into it, y'all. Let's get it. All right, let me go up. Let me make sure I'm in the right spot. Okay, I'm here. All right. Clay made his professional debut on October 29th, 1960, winning a 6-round decision over Tony Honsker. From then until the end of 1963, Clay amassed a record of 19-0 with 15 wins by knockout. Whew. He defeated boxers including Tony Asparita, Jim Robinson, Donnie Freeman, Alonzo Johnson, George Logan, Willie Basmanoff, Lamar Clark, Doug Jones, and Henry Cooper. Clay also beat his former trainer and veteran boxer Archie Moore in the 1962 match. Archie Moore was a bad man, all right? You don't know about him? Do your research. These early fights were not without trials. Clay was knocked down by both Sonny Banks and Cooper. In the Cooper fight, Clay was floored by a left hook at the end of round 4 and was saved by the bell, going on to win in a predicted 5th round due to Cooper's severely cut eye. The 5th with Doug Jones on March 13, 1963 was Clay's toughest fight during this stretch. The number 2 and 3 heavyweights contenders, respectively, Clay and Joe fought on Jones' home turf at New York's Madison Square Garden. Jones staggered Clay in the first round. The unanimous decision for Clay was greeted by boos and a rain of debris thrown into the ring. Watching on closed-circuit TV, heavyweight champion Sonny Liston quipped that if he fought Clay, he Liston might get locked up for murder. The fight was later named Fight of the Year by the Ring magazine. In each of these fights, Clay vocally belittled his opponents and vaunted his abilities. He called Jones an ugly little man and Cooper a bum. I do that too. I be calling, hey, look, when it comes to sports, listen, y'all all are bums compared to me, all right? When I come to my sports predictions, you're all the bums, all right? He said he was embarrassed to get in the ring with Alex Meadeth and claimed that Madison Square Garden was too small for me. Ali's trash talk was inspired by professional wrestler Gorgeous George Wagner after he saw George talking ability attract huge crowds to events. Ali stated in a 1969 interview with the Associated Press, Hubert Maizu, that he met with George in Las Vegas in 1961. And George told him that talking a big game will earn paying fans who either wanted to see him win or wanted to see him lose. Thus, Ali transformed himself into self-described big mouth and a bragger. In 1960, Clay left Moore's camp, partially due to Clay's refusal to do chores such as washing dishes and sweeping. To replace Moore, Clay hired Angelo Dundee, all right, to be his trainer. Clay had met Dundee in February 1957 during Clay's amateur career. Around this time, Clay sought longtime idol Sugar Ray Robinson to be his manager, but was rebuffed. Wow. Didn't know that. By late 1963, Clay had become the top contender for Sonny Liston's title. The fight was set for February 25th, 1964 in Miami Beach. Man, Miami Beach is nice. Miami Beach is beautiful, y'all, all right? Lady Phoenix in the check-in, she said, yeah, it's in the family, but I haven't seen grandson on a lot. Okay. I enjoy Ali's strategy and made opponents confused and upset. Once you have a person's mind, you pretty much own them. That's right. It's a mental game, y'all. It's a mental game, all right? It's all about the mental. Know what I mean? And once you got their mind, Know what I mean? You be too strong too long. You know what I'm saying? Just like the homeboy LeBron. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's get it. Now, all right, Liston was an intimidating personality, a dominating fighter who had criminal past and ties to the mob. Based on Clay's uninspired performance against Jones and Cooper in his previous two fights, and Liston's destruction of former heavyweight champion Floyd Patterson in 2 first-round knockouts, jeez. Clay was a 7-1 underdog. Despite this, Clay taunted Liston during the pre-fight build-up. Dubbing him the big ugly bear, saying Liston even smells like a bear, and claiming after I beat him, I'm going to donate him to the zoo. Clay turned the pre-fight weigh-in into a circus, shouting at Liston that someone is going to die at ringside tonight. Clay's pulse rate was measured at 120, more than double his normal 54. Many of those in attendance thought Clay's behavior stemmed from fear, and some commentators wondered if he would show up for the bout. Oh, he was coming to the fight. The outcome of the fight was a major upset. At the opening bell, Liston rushed at Clay, seemingly angry, looking for a quick knockout. However, Clay's superior speed and mobility enabled him to elude Liston, making the champion miss and look awkward. At the end of the first round, Clay opened up his attack and hit Liston repeatedly with jabs. Liston fought better in round 2. But at the beginning of the third round, Clay hit Liston with a combination that buckled his knee and opened a cut under his left eye. To 84 is repping. Shout out to LeBron James in the comments. Exactly. I got a rep for the 84 babies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just as LeBron. You know what I mean? Let's keep it going. This was the first time Liston has ever been cut. At the end of round 4, Clay was returned to his corner where he began experiencing blinding pain in his eye and asked his trainer, Angel Dundee, to cut off his gloves. Then he refused. It has been speculated the problem was due to ointment used to seal Liston's cuts, perhaps deliberately applied by his corner to his gloves. Though unconfirmed, boxing historian Bert Sugar said that 2 of Liston's opponents also complained about their eyes burning. Wow, so Sonny Liston was doing a little bit of dirty inside. Despite Liston's attempts to knock out a blinded Clay, Clay was able to survive the 5th round until sweat and tears rinsed the irritation from his eye. In the 6th, Clay dominated hitting Liston repeatedly. Liston did not answer the bell for the 7th round, and Clay was declared the winner by TKO. Liston stated that the reason he quit was an injured shoulder. Following the winner, a triumphant Clay rushed to the edge of the ring and pointed to the ringside press, shouted, "Eat your words." He added, "I am the greatest. I shake up the world. I'm the prettiest thing to ever live." Yeah. At ringside post-fight, Clay appeared unconvinced that the fight would stop due to Liston's shoulder injury. Then the only injury Liston had was an open eye, a big cut eye. When told by Joe Louis that the injury was a left arm thrown out of his socket, Clay quipped, "You swinging at nothing. Who wouldn't?" And winning this fight at age of 22, Clay became the youngest boxer to take the title from a reigning heavyweight champion. However, Floyd Patterson remained the youngest to win the heavyweight championship, doing so at the age 20 during an elimination bout following Rocky Marciano's retirement. Mike Tyson, who was also covered in Black as Gold, okay, broke both records in 1986 when he defeated Trevor Berbick to win the heavyweight title at age 20. Wow. Soon after the Liston fight, Clay changed his name to Cassius X, and then later to Muhammad Ali, upon converting to Islam and affiliating with the Nation of Islam. Ali then faced a rematch with Liston, scheduled for May 1965 in Lewiston, Maine. It had been scheduled for Boston the previous November, but was postponed for 6 months due to Ali's emergency surgery for a hernia 3 days before. The fight was controversial. Midway through the first round, Liston was knocked down by a difficult-to-see blow, the press dubbed a phantom punch. Referee Jersey Joe Walcott did not begin to count immediately after the knockdown, as Ali refused to retreat to a neutral corner. Liston rose after he had been down for about 20 seconds, and the fight momentarily continued. However, a few seconds later, Walcott, having been informed by the timekeeper that Liston had been down for a count of 10, stopped the match and declared Ali the winner by knockout. The entire fight lasted less than 2 minutes. Wow. It has been since speculated that Liston purposely dropped to the ground. Proposed motivation includes threats on his life from the Nation of Islam, that he had bet against himself, and that he took a dive to pay off the debts. Slow motion replays showed that Liston was jarred by a chopping right from Ali, though it is unclear whether the blow was a genuine knockout punch. Okay, so then he had a fight against Floyd Patterson, okay? He also found his own promotion company called Main Bout. All right, so he did that as well. Okay, so let's get into more of his story. All right, in March 1966, Ali refused to be inducted into the armed forces. He was systematically denied a boxing license in every state and stripped of his passport. As a result, he did not fight from March 1967 to October 1970. Wow, that's 3 years, man. That's wild. From ages 25 to almost 29. As his case worked its way through the appeals process before his conviction was overturned in 1971. Okay, protesting while exiled. This is the next part of his life, all right? During this time of inactivity, as opposition to the Vietnam War began to grow and Ali's stance gained sympathy, he spoke at colleges across the nation, criticizing the Vietnam War and advocating African-American pride and racial justice. Ali based himself in Chicago. All right, Lady Phoenix on a check, and she says, learn a lot. Uncle said the swing blows and because fighters block the middle. I love this info. All right, Lady Phoenix. Okay. According to most close to him, his Chicago years were formative. At the time, Ali was widely condemned by the American media, with fear that his actions could potentially lead to mass civil disobedience. Despite this, Ebony magazine noted in the late 1960s that Ali's popularity had increased during this time, especially among Black people. Yeah, we were definitely supporting of each other back then, man. It wasn't how it is kind of now. You know what I'm saying? We're just completely divided on every single thing. You go to a restaurant, we divided. You go. I mean, I'm not even gonna get into that. That's a topic for another day. Let's keep going to Muhammad Ali's story, man. The great Muhammad Ali story. All right. While banned from sanctioned bouts, Ali settled a $1 million lawsuit against radio producer Murray Warner by accepting $10,000 to appear in a privately staged fantasy fight against retired champion Rocky Marciano. In 1969, the boxers were film spawned for about 75 1-minute rounds. They produced several potential outcomes. A computer program perpetuated determined the winner. Based on data about the fighters, along with the opinions of approximately 250 boxing experts. Edited version of the bout was shown in movie theaters in 1970. In the U.S. version, Ali lost in a simulated 13th round knockout, but in the European version, Marciano lost due to cuts also simulated. Ali suggested that prejudice determined his defeat in the U.S. version. He was reported to jokingly say the computer was made in Alabama. Wow. All right, on August 11, 1970, with his case still in appeal, Ali was granted a license to box by the City of Atlanta Athletic Commission. Leroy Johnson, and also Jesse Hill Jr., and Harry Pat had used their local political influence and set up the Company House of Sports to organize the fights. Underlying the influential power of Georgia's Black politics and Ali's comeback, Ali returned bout was against Jerry Quarry on October 26, resulting in a win after 3 rounds after Quarry was cut. A month earlier, victory in federal court forced the New York State Boxing Commission to reinstate Ali's license. He fought Oscar Bonavini at Madison Square Garden in December. The uninspired performance that ended in a dramatic technical knockout of Bonavini in the 15th round. The win left Ali as a top contender against heavyweight champion Joe Frazier. All right. Ali and Frazier's first fight held at the Garden on March 8, 1971 was nicknamed the Fight of the Century. Due to the tremendous excitement surrounding a bout between the two undefeated fighters. Each with a legitimate claim to be heavyweight champion. Veteran U.S. boxing writer John Condon called it the greatest event I've ever worked on in my life. The bout was broadcast in 36 countries. Promoters granted 760 press passes. All right. Added to the atmosphere were considerable pre-fight theatrics and name calling. Before the fight, Frazier called Ali Cassius Clay. This angered Ali, and he portrayed Frazier as a dumb tool of the white establishment. Frazier's too ugly to be champ, Ali said. Frazier's too dumb to be champ. Ali also frequently called Frazier an Uncle Tom. Dave Wolf, who worked in Frazier's camp, recalled that Ali was saying the only people rooting for Joe Frazier are white people in suits, Alabama sheriffs, and members of the Ku Klux Klan. Wow. Joe was sitting there, smashing his fist into the palm of his hand, saying, what the F does he know about the ghetto? Ali began training at a farm near Reading, Pennsylvania. In 1971, finding the country setting to his liking. Sought to develop a real training camp in the countryside. He found a 5-acre site on a Pennsylvania country road in the village of Deer Lake, Pennsylvania. On this site, Ali carved out what was to become his training camp. We trained for all his fights from 1972 to the end of his career in 1981. Okay? The Monday night fight lived up to his building. In the preview of their 2 other fights, a crouching, bobbing, and weaving Frazier constantly pressured Ali, getting regularly by Ali jabs and combination, but relentlessly attacking and scoring repeatedly, especially to Ali's body. The fight was even in the early rounds, but Ali was taking more punishment than ever in his career. On several occasions in the early rounds, he played to the crowd, shook his head no after he was hit. In later rounds, what was the first appearance of the rope-a-dope strategy, Ali leaned against the ropes and absorbed punishment from Frazier, hoping to tire him. In the 11th round, Frazier connected with a left hook that wobbled Ali, but because it appeared that Ali might be clowning as he staggered backwards across the ring, Frazier hesitated to press his advantage. Fearing Ali counterattack, in the final round, Frazier knocked Ali down with a vicious left hook, which referee Arthur McCarthy said was as hard as a man can be hit. Ali was back on his feet in 3 seconds. Nevertheless, Ali lost by unanimous decision, his first professional defeat. Okay, so then he challenged, he did his little thing with Wilt Chamberlain, and then also he had a fight with Jimmy Ellis, all right? She said, I don't like this fight. The name caller was Toxic D, but I love Layla Ali because she's her dad's replica. Okay, I get you. All right. After the loss to Frazier, Ali fought Jerry Quarry. Had a second bout with Floyd Patterson and faced Bob Foster in 1972. Won a total of 6 fights that year. In 1973, Ken Norton broke Ali's jaw while giving him the second loss of his career. After initially considering retirement, Ali won a controversial decision against Norton in his second bout. This led to a rematch with Joe Frazier at Madison Square Garden on January 28, 1974. Frazier had recently lost his title to George Foreman. Yeah, George Foreman was a bad man, y'all, all right? Ali was strong in the early rounds of the second fight and staggered Frazier in the second round. Referee Tony Perez mistakenly thought he had heard the bell ending the round and stepped between the two fighters as Ali was pressing his attack, giving Frazier time to recover. However, Frazier came on in the middle round, snapping Ali's head in round 7 and driving him to the ropes at the end of round 8. The last 4 rounds saw round-to-round shifts and momentum between the two fighters. Throughout most of the bout, however, Ali was able to circle away from Frazier's dangerous left hook and to tie Frazier up when he was cornered. The latter attacked at Frazier's camp, complaining of bitterly. Judges awarded Ali a unanimous decision. All right, so let's keep getting into it. Foreman's the beast of the year. Foreman was no joke. All right, he was no joke. Now, the Freedom Fighter set the stage for a title fight against heavyweight champion George Foreman and Kashi Zaire on October 30th, 1974. Salute to Sister Anya. Hey, Sister Anya, good to see you. Yeah, that was a good fight now. All right. And she gave a shout out to Lady Phoenix. Okay, Sister Anya, I see you. A bout nicknamed the Rumble in the Jungle, Foreman was considered one of the hardest punches in heavyweight history. In assessing the fight, analysts point out that Joe Frazier and Ken Norton, who had given Ali 4 tough battles and won 2 of them, had both been devastated by Foreman in second-round knockouts. Ali was 32 years old and had clearly lost speed and reflexes since his 20s. Contrary to the latter persona, Foreman was at the time a brutal and intimidating presence. Almost no one associated with the sports, not even Ali's longtime supporter, Howard Cosell, gave the former champion a chance of winning. As usual, Ali was confident and colorful before the fight. He told interviewer David Frost, "If you think the world was surprised when Nixon resigned, wait until I whip Foreman's behind." Wow. He told the press, "I've done something new for this fight." Shout out to the twin, Quantum Metaphysician. I guess she's still disappearing soon. I don't know. She said, "Priest, everyone, good info, twin. Thank you. Appreciate you." He told the press, "I've done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with the whale. Handcuffed lightning, thrown thunder in jail. Only last week I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick." Wow. Okay. You know what I mean? Lady Phoenix giving a shout out to Quantum. Salute to his party line. He said, "Quantum Metaphysician appearing soon. Hey, great to see you. Are you leaving YouTube with that in your name?" I guess she is. You know what I mean? Sister Anya giving a shout out to Quantum. All right. Now, Ali was wildly popular in Zaire with crowds chanting Ali Boumaye, which means Ali transcend him whenever he went. Okay? Ali opened the fight, moving and scoring with right crosses to Foreman's head. All right, everybody. And then Lady Quam says, "Party line, I'm thinking about it." You ain't even a content creator. You know, I don't know why you leaving. You don't even whatever. Y'all be having me laughing, man. It's some of the stuff that y'all be thinking and doing. But I love y'all. I love all y'all. All right. Then began the second round into the concentration of his corner. Ali retreated to the ropes and invited Foreman to hit him while covering up, clinching and counterpunching, all while verbally taunting Foreman. All right. Quantum is laughing at what I said. Anya, if it the dancing Anya. I know you dance, Sister Anya. You dance? You a dancer? Okay, I don't know. Let me know if you do choreography, all right? If you do choreography, you gotta let us know, all right? Let's keep it going, y'all. The move, which will later become known as rope-a-dope, so violated conventional boxing wisdom. Let one of the hardest hitters in boxing strike at will. That at ringside, writer George Plimpton thought the fight had to be fixed. Foreman, increasingly angered, threw punches that were deflected and did not land squarely. He said, hope you stay. Okay, we hope she do stay. She ain't going nowhere. Don't listen to her. She ain't going nowhere. All right. Midway through the fight, as Foreman began tiring, Ali countered more frequently and effectively with punches and flurries, which electrified the pro Ali crowd. In the eighth round, Ali dropped an exhausted Foreman with a combination of center ring. Foreman failed to make the count. Against the odds and amidst pandemonium in the ring, Ali had regained the title by knockout. Reflecting on the fight, George Foreman later said, I thought Ali was just one more knockout victim until about the seventh round. I hit him hard to the jaw, and he held me and whispered in my ear, "That's all you got, George?" I realized this ain't what I thought it was. Yeah, he was different, y'all. He was different. Ali was different. Know what I mean? Okay, you danced in college. You're not a choreographer. Okay. I don't know how Party Lam knew that. Maybe Party Lam knows you personally. All right? Know what I mean? But hey, it's never too late. You want to get to choreography or you want to dance again, do your thing, sister. We support you. You know what I mean? You know that. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right. It was a major upset victory after Ali came in as a former underdog against a previously unbeaten heavy-hitting Foreman. The fight became famous for Ali's introduction of the rope-a-dope attack. The fight was watched by a record-estimated television audience of 1 billion viewers worldwide. Wow. See, got his mind and won. That's right. Okay? It was the world's most watched live television broadcast at the time. Okay, so then he had fights against Webner, Lyle, and Bergner. So Chuck Webner, Ron Lyle, and Joe Bergner. Okay? So he had fights against them. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right. Ali didn't agree to a third match with Joe Frazier in Manila. The bout known as the Thriller Manila was held on October 1st, 1975, and temperatures approaching 100 degrees. Whew. In the first round, Ali was aggressive, moving and exchanging blows with Frazier. However, Ali soon appeared to tire and adopted a rope-a-dope strategy, frequently resorting to clinches. All right. Yes, I did say. I know I said 1 billion viewers. I said 1 billion. 1 billion viewers for the George Foreman fight. All right. So, during this part of the bout, Ali did some effective counterpunching, but for the most part, absorbed punishment from relentlessly attacking Frazier. In the 12th round, Frazier began to tire, and Ali scored several sharp blows that closed Frazier's left eye and opened a cut over his right eye. But Frazier's vision now just diminished. Ali dominated the 13 and 14 rounds, at times conducting what boxing historian Mike Silver called target practicing on Frazier's head. The fight was stopped when Frazier's trainer, Eddie Fletch, refused to allow Frazier to answer the bell for the 15th and final round. Despite Frazier's protest, Frazier's eyes were both swollen shut. Oh, man. Woo! Man, he still wanted to go out there. He couldn't even see and still wanted to fight. That's crazy. Ali in his corner, winning by TKO, slumped on his stool, clearly spent. And Alan Ali said afterwards that the fight was the closest thing to dying that I know. And when later asked if he had viewed the fight on videotape, reportedly said, why would I want to go back and see hell? After the fight, he cited Frazier, the greatest fighter of all time, is next to me. He said, my God, oh mercy. Yeah, that was crazy, Lady Phoenix. That was crazy. After the third fight with Frazier, Ali considered retirement. He said, I'm sore all over. My arms, my face, my sides all ache. I'm so tired. There's a great possibility that I will retire. You might have seen the last of me. I want to sit back and count my money, live in my house and my farm, work for my people, and concentrate on my family. Yes, it was hell indeed. And to be honest with you, I think he should have retired after the fight. I think he did everything he needed to do, you know? There was nothing else that Ali needed to do. You know what I'm saying? He got busy in the ring. You know what I'm saying? He beat all his contemporaries during that time. So after that, he should have just retired. Should have just let it go. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, when they're boxers, you know, they have that pride, and, you know, pride is a big thing in our community, y'all. It gets us in a lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? One thing we got to learn how to do as a people is let go of that mother from pride, all right? Now, so late in his career, he fought Ken Norton again in Yankee Stadium. He had other fights with other people as well, okay? So let's get to, when everything had to, stop in his boxing career, okay? All right. On October 2nd, 1980, Ali returned to the ring to fight Holmes at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. Holmes, who fought under the nickname the Eastern Assassin, easily dominated Ali. After the 10th round, Angelo Dundee stepped into the ring and instructed the referee to stop the fight. It was the only time Ali ever lost by stoppage. Gacchetti called the fight awful, the worst sports event I ever had to cover. After Sylvester Stallone was ringside for the fight and said that it was like watching an autopsy on a man who was still alive. The Holmes fight is said to have contributed to Ali's Parkinson's syndrome. It probably did. Shout out Sister Khalila, they carried his name well. Okay. Despite pleas to finally retire, Ali fought one last time on December 11, 1981 in Nassau, Bahamas against Trev Burbick, losing a 10th round decision. Yeah, man. Yeah, Ali, I think he stayed too long. He stayed way too long, you know what I'm saying? But look, he had to fight, right? That was his passion. Him fighting was a thing that he loved to do. You know what I'm saying? He was very passionate about it. But Ali wasn't just a fighter. He was a political activist. You know what I mean? He stood up against the war. You know what I mean? And he just, he definitely just supported our people. Shout out to Darren Long and the Setting the Record Straight Network. Salute to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I mean? He Ali was bigger than boxing, man. He transcended the sport. And as Black as Gold goes on, I'm about to really get into the meat of Black as Gold, okay? I cover some great historical figures, all right? But I'm really going to start covering some people, man, that, and I think everybody in Black as Gold I covered was phenomenal. There's nobody on Black as Gold that I don't like or that I don't think was great. But listen, prepare yourself for the 28th, okay? The 28th is coming sooner than I thought it was coming. It's funny. I remember doing the first episode of this and thinking like, this is gonna take me forever. And now we at the 25th. This is wild, y'all, all right? We are almost done. We are almost done with Black as Gold. Ain't that crazy? And some of y'all still want me to continue Black as Gold once I'm done doing this. Listen, I told you, if you want Black as Gold as a segment, all right, you have to be up here with me. I am not doing this on my own, okay? Now, and then I'm gonna have to make a whole new graphic. I can't have the Black History Month background no more. I'm gonna have to get a different graphic. Probably get like a. I'll figure it out, right? I'll figure out what I'm gonna do. But you know what I'm saying. With that being said, y'all, look, if y'all want this segment to continue, you know what I mean. You got to put in the work. Maybe Phoenix in the check. She said, "Set the Record Straight Network." Don't hurt me because I fell asleep waiting on your show. I apologize. It's okay, Lady Phoenix. Look, you can't watch everything, okay? And that's one thing I want y'all to know too on YouTube. I don't watch everything. For those who keep asking and wondering, I don't watch everything, okay? I don't have the time. I had to even schedule this. Remember, I was behind Black as Gold, okay? I had to do 3 episodes today. So that should tell you how much I'm on YouTube. If my own shows take me 2 days to do, and I have to do it on a 3rd day and then do 3 shows, that should let you know I'm not on this thing all the time. But I'll let y'all believe what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm not taking shots. I'm just making a clear statement so y'all know I'm not on here all the time. For those who think that Best in the World is on here all the time. Yeah, okay. With that being said, y'all, this is Black as Gold, episode 25, Muhammad Ali. Appreciate the love, all y'all, man. Okay? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for chopping it up with me. All right? And listen, the last episode of Black as Gold is on the 28th, and it will feature no other than Michael Jackson. I'm closing with Michael Jackson, all right? You know what I'm saying? I got to close with Michael Jackson, all right? He's my favorite artist, favorite Black entertainer, personality of all time. I got to close with Michael. I would play some Michael Jackson music, but I would get a strike if I do that. Y'all know that already, so it's not going to happen. I'm definitely going to sing some Michael Jackson songs during that time, all right? So the 28th is the last day of Black as Gold for Black History Month. It will feature Michael Jackson, okay? Let you know that right now. Lady Phoenix says, while I watch a chosen few, I volunteer a lot and work a lot soon. I know. We know you're doing your thing out there. You say, yay, MJ. Yeah, Michael Jackson will be. You know what I mean? You got to save the best for last, right? And to me, Michael Jackson is not only not only is he the biggest personality as far as black people, but let's be honest, right? Michael Jackson is the biggest American celebrity of all time, of everywhere, internationally, everywhere. Okay, he's the biggest celebrity worldwide. Okay, hands down. There's nowhere you can go where they don't know who Michael Jackson is. All right, so it's not just black people. Okay, and ain't just white people. It's worldwide. And I would love anybody to argue that. Okay, Sister Anye, thank you. Sister Anye, one day you will become a content creator. I don't know how we're gonna get you to do it, but one day, you will become a content creator. All right, you will create some dope content. Lady Phoenix says, "Are you gonna play the organ like M3?" Nah, I ain't gonna play the organ. No. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not. But and I'm working on getting sound effects again, y'all. I gotta retool some things. I'm probably gonna work on getting a new laptop for streaming. You know what I'm saying? This laptop probably be just used for business things only. Because I really want a high power laptop where I can stream and I can really focus on streaming and really just go all out. You know what I'm saying? And there's a few options that I have in mind. That I might venture into. What I mean, looking into. But yeah. With that being said, y'all, all right, this is Black is Gold, episode 25, Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? As always, y'all, as our sister Heavily Stream say, QB, be intentional. All right, be intentional, y'all. You know what I mean? Enjoy your weekend. You know what I mean? Chill out. Man, go get you some sunshine or some rain or whatever is out there with y'all, some snow. I don't know, but go enjoy your weekend, all right? You know what I mean? Get out the house for a little bit if you haven't already. Some of it, I know it's evening time for y'all, but go out and go have some dinner somewhere, okay? With that being said, y'all, love y'all family. You know what I mean? Appreciate all y'all checking in. With that, let me find this outro. You know what I'm saying? Let me scroll up a little bit. I am out. Peace, y'all. Enjoy your weekend. Later. DJ.